Hi, it's Sarah. Have you ever had an idea where everything was like perfect and you just knew this was the right thing to do, whether it was a business venture or whether you're planning a trip or a change in career, but yet every turn you made, it just seemed to get stalled, and then later on, nobody responded to the idea, you couldn't get the project off the ground, and it went absolutely nowhere, and maybe even you forgot about it and forgot about all the enthusiasm that you had? If so, you've probably wondered what happened and what you did wrong to cause this, right? But actually, it was during a void of course moon time. Astrology, like most things in life, are all about timing. See, the term void of course moon represents a period of time usually lasting anywhere from 20 minutes to 20 plus hours, and I know that's a big difference, isn't it? When the course of events seem to be just more difficult. You just can't seem to pull off your projects or your ideas, and if you do, there's some kind of crazy change that comes with it. Maybe you have this great idea at work and you work really hard on it, then all of a sudden it gets given to a different project manager, right? And you just did all of that work for nothing. That's kind of a symptom of a void of course moon. During this time, people seem less likely to make solid decisions. You're more likely to overcommit, have a great idea, have this huge party, start planning it, decide what kind of food you're going to have, the decorations, get that DJ, and then all of a sudden the next day you forgot about it. Yeah, that's void of course. People are more likely to be spacey, to be flighty, and actually some astrologers refuse to make important business plans during this type of period, or even on a day when the moon is void of course during part of the day. So we take it pretty serious, we do. The actual definition for the void of course moon is that the period of time when the moon wanders from the last major aspect to another planet and until she enters her next sign. Because we have like moon in Pisces, moon in Virgo, right? Well, it's the transition time from going to one sign to another. These aren't days for pushing your agenda or projects forward. It's kind of a common psychic question. When do you push things forward and when do you just say, well, the universe doesn't want this to happen, so that's why there's roadblocks? It's really difficult sometimes to know when it's just like push through it or give up on it. Well, if it's a void of course thing, it's best to just let it lie. If it is something that is supposed to come forward, you'll still have the opportunity later in the week. These times are actually really important because most of us don't spend enough downtime or time working on ourselves. We're too preoccupied with business or other adventures, aren't we? Yeah, so anything you do or put emphasis on during the void of course is likely to just not come forward, and we end up spending our time on things that don't matter in the long run. The chances of a misstep during the void of course are huge. Like I say, projects get started, but then they stall out and we just never get them off the ground, right? So it's just a colossal waste of time. So what are you supposed to do instead, right? Well, generally, void of course moons are actually very good times to go within. They're great times for meditating, journaling, resting, practicing self-care, taking longer lunch hours, leaving work early. These are days to focus on relaxing activities where you don't have an agenda, so you're not pushing something forward. It's probably not the best time, say, to meet friends for drinks at a certain hour. If this is not something you routinely do, it's probably not going to work out. People will commit and just not show up, kind of thing. Void moons can also be good for following, like I say, a normal maintenance routine. These include things that you would normally do, such as straightening up. You may get a really good rush of energy and decide to clean out the closet, and you're going to donate things to charity and you're going to have a yard sale, but that probably won't get off the ground. So just stick to doing the daily tasks. If you can, plan for that on another moon phase, okay? Or you can actually save those kind of projects for Mercury retrograde because they're really good things to do during Mercury retrograde. Some astrologers believe that it's okay to travel during a void of course as long as it's something that follows a set schedule. For instance, something like a bus trip, because the driver does the same route over and over and over. And this would be definitely more favorable than, say, you going on a road trip, because chances are you're going to spend a whole lot of time not getting very far. And if that's okay, that's fine. It's just things with no set schedule tend to really flounder. And I will list some examples of things to stay away from and things to do during the void of course. It's interesting because it happens quite often, and I do have a PDF if you'd like to see the void of course dates for the rest of the year. I'll put a link in the description box below, and we can email that to you, and you'll join our mailing list, which, you know, I'm really bad about sending out newsletters because I'm busy seeing clients and making videos for you, so don't worry about us spamming you. We won't. Okay, so if you accept that you may feel out of balance during these void of course days, then that's okay. Just pull back. If you can, take the day off and maybe have a spa day or take a walk, meditate, just rest. You may need it too because you've probably been overdoing it. The energies lately especially have been pushing us to get more done, to schedule more because life is moving faster. And this is going to continue into 2020 and 2021 as well. So void of course days are actually very therapeutic. If you don't want to do anything on these days or during these times, that's fine. Just accept it. Don't try to force things to happen because, like I say, the more you try and force them, the more likely they're going to stall or fall apart, and the more frustrated you're going to get, and it's not worth it. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you, and like I say, there'll be a PDF if you want it, so you can check the days. Okay, Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.